Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at some hotkeys within FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if we head into the program here, so there's a few important ones. I would say it is essential to know. So there's a lot of hotkeys, but a few of them it's very important. So I'm going to show you those ones more in depth, but then also just how to navigate most things with hotkeys. So in order to use hotkeys, obviously you first want to know what, or should I say, where to find them and what they do or what they are. So in order to do that, there's two ways we can go about it. The one way is if we hover on most icons, it will tell us the hotkey. So we can see a text tool and then in closing brackets, open and close, we've got the T. So if I had to press T, let's just escape it, T, you'll see now I switch to our text tool. And then this one, if I hover, it'll say A. So if I press A, you can see it goes to our selection tool. Now this works the same on our primary toolbar as well. Well, our main toolbar, if we hover here, we can see, okay, there are fill and stroke editor. It's I. So if I press I, it will toggle that one on and off. Now, if we go into our main menu on top here, so any one of these files, and we hover next to whatever we're on, we can see there's the shortcut keys. So that's another way that's handy. And then, there's another advanced way, which is navigating all these menus with hotkeys. So what I can do is if I keep Alt in, I'm just going to zoom in here for you guys so you can nicely see. You will see it highlights little lines under letters. So this will be to access these letters. So let's say we go to File. So we've got Alt, and then if we press F, it will open our File menu. Now within our File menu, we can see here we've got some more highlighted. So if we want to close it, it will be C. Save will be S, import, export, and so forth. So let's just try export quick. So I'm going to click off here and zoom out, and we can see. So if I go Alt F X, okay, that's obviously the wrong one. Let's make sure. Okay, it was E, not X. X to close the program. So Alt F E, then it opens our export dialog. So you can see if you can get comfortable with this, you can motor through this program. It will definitely set you apart from the amateurs, and then it will seem like you really know what you're doing, even if you're just hitting random shortcuts. But in any case, so that is another way you can go about it. But now, if we look at the key shortcuts, these are normally ones that is universal throughout a lot of programs, and you'll be using them 90% of the time. It really makes your life simple, and it's not just to look fancy. So now I'm just going to quickly show you the main ones. We're going to go through the menus. You can access some of these shortcuts if you hover on these icons, but let's just go through the menus, and I'll only cover the important ones. So under File, our most important, as you could have guessed, it is Save. So the Control S is for that, the shortcut, and this is one you're going to be using all the time, at least you should be, if you don't want to lose work. There's a few other noteworthy ones, but we're not going to cover them now. Then the next one we want to look at is our Edit menu. If I zoom in here, our second most important when it comes to, or second to the save, will be our Undo button. So undo and argument, you could say a redo as well, but redo you use way less often than undo. So undo for that is Control Z or Control Z. Most people might know this one already, and then Control Y to redo. So obviously if I have, let's say, a shape, I've moved it, I want to undo it, I just hit Control Z and it'll redo that or undo that for us. So that is a very handy one. Now under the same menu edit, we've got our next important one, which will save you a lot of time if you get used to it. That is these three, or should I say the next three. So we've got cut, which is Control X, we've got copy, Control C, and paste, Control V. Now Control C and Control V is probably going to use more often than cutting, but it is good to know what cutting is as well. And like I say, these ones are universal through programs, so if you get comfortable here, chances are you'll be able to use it in other programs as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, I'm going to go to Control C to put it in our clipboard, and Control V, and it's going to ask me where do I want to paste this. Now I can simply click Control V again because it's still in our clipboard and just make copies. Now obviously if I want to remove something and put it somewhere else, I can go Control X. Let's try that again, Control X and then Control V and place it over there. So also very handy little toolbars to use. Now the last one on our list, which you know, it is optional to get used to it, but trust me, it will save you a lot of time if you get used to it, and that is how to arrange objects. So I'm just going to throw some random colors just so it's more obvious which ones are in front and which ones are at the back. So now I've got these shapes overlapping each other. Some is in front, some is at the back. Now the order of these objects can be very important depending on the design outcome, and also many times the filters and stuff you want to apply. So now if I go to arrange, so zoom again, arrange, then we're going to go to order, and then on the right here under order we can see we've got a few options. So we've got to front, to back. What this will do is it will throw whatever selected all the way to the front on top of everything else, and to back will do the opposite, throw it all the way to the back behind everything else. Then we've got forward one, forward back, and this obviously will rise it one layer at a time or drop it one layer at a time. So now let's go back to this. Let's say this pink layer, clearly this is behind everything. Let's say we want to put it on top of perhaps just the blue. Then what I can do, we saw it was control for moving one layer, so control page up and page down. So on your keyboard, on top of your arrow keys, you might notice there's a page up and page down. You can also find it on your numlock by number 9 for page up and number 3 for page down. Now if these don't work, you might have to enable numlock by pressing the numlock button, and then you can use that. But let's try that. So I'm going to go control page up. And as you can see, it moved it one up, control page down, and moves it one down. So that's a nice way. And now let's say I want to use the same shape and put it on top of everything, then I just use shift. So shift page up, throws it on top of everything, shift page down, behind everything. So very handy shortcut this to get used to and to get comfortable with. Now I do encourage you, go through some of these other ones. You might be an operator here that you use often, then it's worthwhile learning the shortcut key. But in general, those are the main ones. So you want to learn saving, undo, redo, copy, paste, okay, cut as well, and then reordering objects. But yeah, otherwise that is it on main hotkeys. In the meanwhile though, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search here on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.